Jhoon Rhee is often called the Father of American Taekwondo. It's a title that carries weight, suggesting a foundational role in bringing this martial art to the United States. A title that suggests a lone pioneer, a singular force of nature. But the real story is more complex, a tapestry woven with many threads. For decades, this label has followed Rhee, appearing in obituaries, solidifying his place in history, magazines, further cementing his image as a key figure. Dojangs across the country echoing his name and influence. The myth is simple, a compelling narrative of individual achievement. One man brings a Korean martial art to America, introducing its techniques and philosophy, and sparks a movement, igniting a passion for Taekwondo that spreads nationwide. But this overlooks the groundwork laid by others, the contributions of fellow martial artists and instructors, and the cultural climate that made his success possible, the pre-existing fascination with Eastern traditions. Rhee's genius was not just in his skill, his mastery of the art itself, but in his vision and ability to market Taekwondo for a new audience, presenting it in a way that resonated with American values and aspirations. To understand his legacy, we must look beyond the myth, beyond the simplified narrative, and see the America he entered, a nation undergoing rapid social and cultural change. A nation already curious about Eastern martial arts with a growing appetite for new forms of physical and mental discipline. Rhee's story is about methodical construction, a deliberate and strategic approach to building a lasting institution. Not a single moment of discovery, but a series of calculated steps and persistent efforts. He built an infrastructure that allowed Taekwondo to thrive, establishing standards, certifications, and a network of dedicated practitioners, making him a central, indispensable figure, a leader and mentor to countless students and instructors. Even if the title Father deserves nuance, recognizing the contributions of others and the complex historical context in which Taekwondo took root in America. After World War II, American soldiers returned home with stories of judo, karate, and Korean martial arts. These arts were whispered about in veterans' halls and practiced in small clubs, planting seeds of curiosity. The Korean War deepened this exposure as GIs witnessed Tang Soo Do and other Korean styles firsthand. By the late 1950s, martial arts were seen as exotic and mystical, appealing to veterans, immigrants, and a few adventurous civilians. Publications like Black Belt magazine gave voice to this growing subculture. Rhee didn't arrive to a blank slate. He found a nation already intrigued by martial arts. The Beat generation's fascination with Eastern philosophy added a philosophical allure, framing martial arts as paths to self-improvement. When Rhee arrived, America was primed for someone to organize and popularize these scattered interests. He became that figure, building on a foundation that was already there. Jhoon Rhee, a pioneer of Taekwondo, embarked on his American journey in 1956. He carried with him not just martial arts techniques, but a vision for its place in a new world. Initially, he came as an engineering student, eager to pursue academic excellence. But his passion for Taekwondo never waned, leading him to quietly teaching Taekwondo in university gyms, sharing his knowledge with those who were interested. He was methodical and disciplined, approaching his teaching with the same precision he applied to his studies. He focused on building his reputation through personal connections, one student, one school, one community leader at a time. His classes were known for their rigorous instruction, emphasizing both physical prowess and mental fortitude. In contrast, Bruce Lee's arrival in 1959 led to a meteoric rise, a stark contrast to Rhee's more gradual ascent. His undeniable charisma, combined with his unique approach to martial arts, set him apart. His explosive style captivated millions on TV, making him a household name almost overnight. Rhee was the ambassador, the diplomat of Taekwondo in America. He took on the task of teaching Congress, introducing them to the discipline and benefits of the Korean martial art. He focused on building institutional respect, laying the groundwork for Taekwondo's acceptance as a legitimate sport and discipline. Lee was the iconoclast, the rebel who challenged the established norms of martial arts. He was igniting youth culture, inspiring a generation to embrace martial arts as a form of self-expression and empowerment. Rhee's 1965 demonstration before Congress legitimized Taekwondo at the highest levels, paving the way for its widespread adoption. Lee's philosophy of using no way as way, a concept rooted in adaptability and self-discovery, challenged tradition, encouraging practitioners to find their own path, and in doing so, inspired a new generation to explore the possibilities of martial arts beyond established forms. Rhee worked from the top down, engaging with institutions and leaders, seeking acceptance through official channels and building a foundation of respect. He focused on structure, creating organizations and systems to ensure the growth and integrity of Taekwondo. Lee worked from the bottom up, connecting with individuals and communities. He was fueling a cultural fire, igniting a passion for martial arts in the hearts of ordinary people. Their methods and images were different, representing contrasting approaches to popularizing martial arts. But both embedded martial arts into American life, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's cultural landscape. Rhee built the system, creating the infrastructure for martial arts to thrive. Lee made martial arts a phenomenon, captivating the world with his charisma and skill. Their impacts were intertwined, each shaping the martial arts landscape in unique ways, complementing and reinforcing each other's contributions. Rhee's patient diplomacy, his ability to navigate the corridors of power, contrasted with Lee's revolutionary flair, his willingness to challenge conventions and inspire change. Together, they changed American culture forever, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire and influence generations of martial artists and enthusiasts. Rhee's early students recall a demanding instructor who emphasized basics, repetition, and discipline. His approach was rigorous, endless drills, military precision, and a relentless focus on fundamentals. Unlike Bruce Lee's fluid, adaptive philosophy, Rhee believed in standardization. He developed a clear curriculum, ensuring students from Washington, D.C. to Texas learned the same art. This Rhee method created unity and quality across his schools. As Lee's ideas spread, some of Rhee's top students cross-trained, blending adaptability with Rhee's structure. Tournament circuits in the late 1960s showed this synthesis: powerful kicks, strategic thinking. Rhee's system provided a strong base. Lee's philosophy encouraged creativity. Rhee's genius was in making Taekwondo teachable and scalable. His standardized approach turned ordinary people into skilled martial artists. Jeet Kune Do was for the individual. Rhee's Taekwondo was for the masses. Both approaches revolutionized martial arts in their own way. Rhee's vision extended far beyond the confines of the traditional dojang. He understood that to truly establish Taekwondo, he needed to secure institutional support, embedding it deeply within the fabric of American society. This began with establishing the Jhoon Rhee Institute right on Capitol Hill, where he personally taught Taekwondo to Congress members, transforming it from a foreign discipline into a respected and even admired activity for national leaders. He showed them the discipline and focus it instilled. This top-down strategy was ingenious, lending Taekwondo an immediate sense of legitimacy and prestige that few other martial arts enjoyed at the time. But Rhee didn't stop there. He also strategically targeted the military, formalizing Taekwondo training programs on military bases across the country, effectively creating a reliable pipeline of future Taekwondo instructors and practitioners. As service members completed their tours of duty, they brought Taekwondo back to their hometowns and communities, fueling a powerful grassroots expansion that spread the art far and wide. Rhee perfected the model of adapting martial arts to seamlessly fit into schools, government, and the military. For politicians, it was a path to improve fitness and well-being. For the military, it offered enhanced combat effectiveness and discipline. And for schools, it was a valuable tool for character building and instilling respect. His remarkable ability to tailor Taekwondo's benefits to resonate with different audiences was absolutely key to its widespread success. Rhee wasn't just teaching martial arts techniques. He was strategically selling a solution to the specific needs of each group. America's most powerful institutions bought into his vision, wholeheartedly embracing Taekwondo and helping it rapidly become a mainstream phenomenon. His strategic and multifaceted approach essentially set the standard for martial arts expansion and popularization throughout the U.S. Rhee's overlooked contribution was adapting Taekwondo for American families. Rhee's overlooked contribution was adapting Taekwondo for American families. He invented modern protective sparring gear, making full contact training safer and more accessible. This innovation reassured parents and opened Taekwondo to children, transforming it into a family-friendly sport. Rhee standardized the curriculum, creating clear belt progressions and tangible goals. His system demystified martial arts, turning them into a structured educational journey. The 10 student creeds frame Taekwondo as a character-building program, not just a fighting art. Discipline, respect, perseverance. Rhee's holistic approach made Taekwondo appealing to mainstream America. He wasn't just creating fighters, he was shaping better citizens. Safety, structure, philosophy. This blend of safety, structure, and philosophy fueled Taekwondo's long-term success. Rhee masterfully leveraged celebrity endorsements to boost Taekwondo's profile. His most famous student, Muhammad Ali, credited Rhee's acupunch in the ring that gave Taekwondo unprecedented credibility. Rhee's friendship with Bruce Lee symbolized unity in the martial arts world. He trained tournament legend Chuck Norris. He trained tournament legend Joe Louis. Their success showcased the effectiveness of Rhee's system. Unlike Lee, whose fame was self-contained, Rhee used his students as proof of concept. Their victories became advertisements for Taekwondo's power. This strategy allowed Taekwondo to grow as a brand, independent of Rhee's personal fame. When Americans saw their heroes practicing Taekwondo, it became normalized and respected. Rhee's network of influential students carried Taekwondo into the mainstream. He built a coalition of ambassadors, solidifying Taekwondo's place in American culture. His approach made martial arts a central part of everyday life. The title Father of American Taekwondo is debated. Many Korean masters contributed to its growth. Heng Ong Lee Ki Wang Kim built their own organizations and legacies. Bruce Lee, though not a Taekwondo teacher, made martial arts cool and sparked nationwide demand. Some argue Rhee built the infrastructure, while Lee provided the cultural fuel. By the time Lee's films exploded in popularity, Rhee had already established schools and trained instructors ready for the influx. Lee created demand. Rhee supplied the system. Perspectives differ. Rhee's organizational genius versus Lee's cultural impact. The story is a tapestry of many pioneers, not just one. Rhee was a primary architect, but not the only builder of American Taekwondo. Rhee's greatest legacy may be his entrepreneurial model. He turned martial arts schools into viable businesses with standardized curricula and marketing. This approach allowed for scalable, consistent growth and influenced schools across all styles. In contrast, Bruce Lee's legacy was philosophical. He inspired personal liberation and adaptability, laying the groundwork for modern mixed martial arts. Rhee normalized martial arts in America, making dojangs a familiar part of communities. When the Kung Fu craze hit, Rhee's network was ready to welcome new students. Rhee built the stage, Lee gave the performance. Today's family-friendly, character-focused dojangs are direct descendants of Rhee's model. He may not have been the sole father, but he was the architect who built the empire. Thank you for viewing. To support the channel, comment, like, share, and subscribe. To receive notifications about future content, select the post notification bell, choose a video on your screen, and I will see you there. Thank you, and pave the way for every martial arts hero who followed.